Hello everyone. On Sunday, April 26th, JP and I spent the afternoon at Bound Brook and came home with a decent amount of stuff. In addition, the open space allowed me to be a bit more daring with the Hudson, resulting in some interesting angles from the air. So without further ado, let's begin.
150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
First up, with headlights on the horizon before we'd even made it to our spot, is NS-18N heading to Doremus, New Jersey from Bellevue, Ohio with a string of auto racks. In the lead is ES-44AC 8132, built in November 2012. On August 7, 2015, the unit was trailing on train 208 when the train collided head-on with a local in Sandersville, Georgia. The lead unit of 208, C44-9W 9796, was totaled and scrapped, along with SD40-2 1637, which was leading the local. The 8132 was loaded on a flat car and taken to New York to be rebuilt, re-entering service in late 2016. Trailing the 8132 is ES44AC 8084, built in January of 2011. Coming up next is some action along New Jersey Transit's Raritan Valley line. Train 5523 to Raritan is arriving on Track 1, led by ALP 45A 4535. Within a couple minutes of the westbound's departure, eastbound train 5522 to Newark, led by multi-level cab car 7016 and powered by ALP 45DP 4513, arrives on Track 2.
Still got that? Oh, I Yeah, I was born in like.
Hot on the heels of 5522 is an eastbound equipment move out of Raritan, powered by a veteran's sticker ALP-45. There's also several Comet 5 cab cars, a bunch of Comet 4s, and a dead-in-tow PL-42AC bringing up the markers. Moving back over to the Lehigh line, next up on the menu is westbound CSX intermodal train I-158. CSX and NS share this portion of the Lehigh line between Newark and Manville under the Conrail Shared Assets umbrella. CSX uses the line to connect the West Trenton sub and River sub, while NS connects it to their portion of the Lehigh line between Allentown and Manville. And for this train, the Hudson got to go for a spin in order to catch its trailing unit. The lead unit is CSX 3380, an ET44AH built in 2016. The trailing unit is AC44CW 443, built in August 2000 and notably still wearing its as-delivered YN2 paint scheme. YN2, also known as the Bright Future scheme, was CSX's primary color scheme from the 90s until the late 2000s and is a fading sight today, as more and more AC44CWs are rebuilt into CM44ACs and repainted. Only about 150 to 200 locomotives still wear YN2 across the entire fleet. Next up is an extra NS K76. K76 is a turn job that runs between Croxton Yard and Allentown Yard, normally running every day except for Sundays. However, on this day, an extra run was necessary. K76 is known for having odd lash-ups, often including older EMDs such as the GP38-2 trailing on today's iteration of the train. And finally, what better way to end off the day than good old 28X? It seems that 28X is quite often the last train we see on the Lehigh line before packing up. Anyway, it's not the most impressive today with a pair of AC-44 C6Ms in charge, but 28X still puts on quite the show as it charges east out of Port Reading Junction. In the lead today is AC-44C6M 4324, originally built as C40-9W 9167, before being upgraded to a C44-9W by removing the software that capped horsepower output to 4,000, which was equipped on many Dash 9s to save fuel and engine wear. The 4324 was rebuilt in December 2020. Trailing second out is 4493, originally built as C40-9W 9181 in March 1998. It was rebuilt to its current form in June 2021. And that's all for today. If you liked what you saw, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. I have plenty of great stuff planned for the spring and summer as my free time increases now that the school year is winding down, so stick around. Anyway, thanks for watching, God bless you, and have a good day.